Hello everyone, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Welcome back to my channel. I am here for a new pen day. This is from Mayfair Pens, and this was from their January drop, and I'm just doing an unboxing of this now. So if you are not familiar with Mayfair Pens, Ben, who is the maker and owner, creates beautiful pens in very unique shapes, but also what he does is combine different resins to get just really unique looking pens. The first time I encountered Ben was at the San Francisco Pen Show in 2024, and since then I now have four. I'm just looking at yes, I have 4 pens by Mayfair Pens. This one here is one that I had gone to Ben for, saying like, I love the Tiffany resin, and this is done by Turned Pen Co. But I also wanted a sparkly resin that would match the teal that was in the Tiffany resin. But what he had was a darker one with holographic, or I think even red shimmers, which wouldn't have matched as well. So he went to Galen Anchor, the one who does the sparkly resins, and asked for this particular shade with the silver shimmers. And then the combination together is fantastic. So this is the Tiffany this is the Vanyar model in the Tiffany, and I love it. I love that the Tiffany resin is in matte, and then you've got the glossy finish with the sparkled material by Galen Anchor to match. So I'm going to compare this with other Mayfair pen models that I have, compare it with other pens in my collection. I'll go ahead and weigh this and then do a quick writing sample. But before I do that, can we just admire how beautiful that resin is? I love the fact that there's transparency, but there's also a clear, I guess, delineation between each color. So with some poured resins, you definitely get the blending of colors, whereas this, each color stays separate, and I love that. But I also love the way this looks as a matte finish. It's just so unique. And then you combine it with the shimmery transparent, and it's just a fantastic combination. So I'm going to go ahead and compare this to other pens in my collection. So there we have the Vanyar model in Tiffany, and then this is the Naria model. This is the pocket pen that is an eyedropper fill. Then we have the Noldor model. And then last but not least, we have another Noldor model, but this one is in collaboration with Stationery Universe. And you'll notice that if you are a Lord of the Rings fan, the names of the different models all coincide with a Lord of the Rings reference. So there's going to be differences between each of these models. So with the Noldor model, you have a, what am I going to call this? A smaller middle section and a larger, I guess, body. So the same with this here. And then the way that those screw on is actually with reverse threading. And then you have the Naria model where the cap will actually screw on to the back. And then this is an eyedropper fill where you actually unscrew the nib, very easily unscrew the nib, and then eyedropper fill that way. Gosh, be a little bit more graceful here, Karina. Goodness gracious. Then we have the Vanyar model, which I'm going to show the comparison to the Noldor. So the Noldor, they all have pretty much the exact same lid. The difference being with the Vanyar model is that that middle section is much longer, whereas the back finial is definitely shorter. So you can still easily take the converter out, but this almost makes it a little bit more, I say, difficult to fill. I'm just trying to see how you would take the converter out. Oh yeah, you could still take the converter out easily enough, but it's almost like you have to aim properly to be able to get it back in there. But that's actually not too difficult. And then, like the other pens, it's pretty easy to get the nib in and out of there. And the nibs that come on this are a steel Yovo number 6 nib. So cool to see the different models of Mayfair pens that are available. So now I'll go ahead and compare this to other pens in my collection. So there is the Valinor model, and I'm going to compare it to the TWSBI Eco, Lamy 2000, Leonardo Memento Zero, and the Esterbrook SD. So you can see in terms of length here, it is definitely not the shortest one, but it's pretty in line with how long it's almost in between the Memento Zero and the Esterbrook SD. So let's look at these uncapped. So now there are all of the pens uncapped, and you've got the 3 Yovo nibs on the outside here, and you can tell the TWSBI Eco does have the smaller nib, and then you have the Lamy 2000. So in terms of width, it's probably the largest overall in terms of the body width, but then when I look at the grip section, for me, the closest would probably be the Esterbrook SD and the Memento Zero. But then I also look at the grip section of the Lamy 2000 and where I grip that. It's very comfortable right about there. So that actually feels like it is very similar. Well, no, I say very similar, but it's definitely narrower. The Lamy 2000 is definitely narrower than the Valinor model, but there's something about the comfort of this, like where I hold the Lamy 2000 versus where I hold the Valinor, it is very comfortable, but you can tell that there is a difference in width of the body there. My most comfortable pen for me is the Esterbrook SD, and when you compare the two in terms of where I hold it, the Valinor model is definitely the wider of the two, and then even in the grip section itself, the narrowest part is still wider than the Esterbrook SD. Now, depending on the way that you grip your pen, if you grip it above there, just like I do, it's very smooth, very comfortable, because there are no threads here for you to put your fingers on. However, if you like to grip your pens very close to the nib like this area can be very uncomfortable and very sharp. So this pen is not for everybody based on just the way that you grip your pens, and that's absolutely okay. So that's why I'm glad to be able to show you these different grip sections. And always, the caveat with these videos is that these are the pens that work for me. If you have a similar grip to me, then this may be something that would work for you. But with these reviews, one of the things about this is that holding a pen and the way that you write with a pen is such a personal thing. And while reviews can certainly help in terms of the overall look and measurements, unless you actually hold a pen in your hand and actually write with it, it can be really difficult to gauge how you're going to like it. So that's why I waited until the San Francisco Pen Show to actually try Ben's pens, because I love the way that they looked, but I didn't know if they'd be comfortable for me. And then as soon as I held one in my hand, I'm like, yep, convinced, love it. And now I have 4. All right, so let's go ahead and weigh that pen, then we'll do the quick writing sample. So with this pen, when capped, is 23 grams, and then uncapped, it is 18 grams. So the cap itself is about 5 or 6 grams. So really a good size pen here. However, this pen cannot be posted. So if you do like to post your pens, these may not be the right size for you. For me, this fits my hand perfectly. It's not too small, and the way that it sits comfortably in the crook of my thumb and forefinger there is really, really comfortable. So let's go ahead and ink this up and finally write with it. All right, so quickly here, just to show you, while I was trying to fill this, I realized that the size of this pen does not fit into a sample ink vial. So this is something that I've had to pour into a, gosh, what is it called now? An ink miser, or you can easily take the cartridge converter out of there and then fill it directly into the cartridge converter. So I decided to choose Diamine Cult Pens Eau de Nil, and this was a sample sent by a pen friend. So I am in my Hobonichi A5 notebook with 52 GSM Tomoya rivet paper, and then this stamp here is from Everyday Explorers Co., which I will leave a link in the description below as well. So we have here the brand Mayfair pens, and the model is Valinor. The nib is an extra fine, and I don't know what Ben does, but they are so smooth, and the color is Tiffany. And this is inked with Diamine and Cult Pens Eau de Nil. And there were so many different colors that I could match to this, and I decided on a teal. Especially look at the way that that's drying. It matches with that section really well, but I could have really chosen a purple to almost match with my nails, or a pink, but I really wanted to, one, use up this bluey teal color that I've got. This is now my 4th Mayfair pens model in less than a year. Ben comes up with such beautiful combinations. This model is very comfortable. It is on the larger size for pens, which is great for long writing sessions for me. The grip section is very smooth and very comfortable for my fingers. Overall, beautiful pen, smooth writer. I love it so far. What else can I say? One other thing I want to point out is just the smoothness of the threads here with capping and uncapping, but also the threads back here. They are smooth. I can certainly feel them, but I've seen or felt other threads on pens where it felt like I was forcing it to go in, but these are actually good and smooth. And then even between the different sections, how smooth that is. You can certainly feel that there's a difference between the gloss and the matte, but it's not as if one section is not flush with the other. Ben does such a great job with matching that. And actually the cap with the body, so smooth here. So smooth here. Whereas here, yeah, you can feel a tiny bit where it's almost like off by ½ millimeter, but overall, lovely construction of a pen. All right, but that is it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions about this pen or any of my Mayfair pen models, please let me know down in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe. Thanks again, and have yourselves a great day.